supporters tomorrow. Who would have thought 12 months ago, struggling towards the wrong end of Division 3, that Darlington would be challenging for silverware and, of course, promotion here at the home of English football. Some light training this morning was just to remind the players exactly why they're here. There's a job to be done tomorrow, and they'll be relying on the experience of player coach Gary Bannister. He's the only team member to have played at Wembley, a loser's medal with Queen's Park Rangers in the Milk Cup final against Oxford.
I don't look back on that too often, but the lads have been asking me what it's like, and you know, I've been telling them it's going to be a big occasion for them, and just to enjoy it before the game, because you know the result could go either way, so enjoy the day really.
The final step on Darlington's road to Wembley was victory in the playoff semi-final against Hereford. Their opponents this weekend are Plymouth Argyle. They came through over 2 legs against Colchester. The Argyle manager is Neil Warnock. He's twice won in the playoffs with Notts County and Huddersfield. Tomorrow, Argyle will have up to 40,000 fans cheering them on. The bookmakers make Plymouth slight favourites, but it's almost too close to call.
Well, I think psychologically they will have a little bit of a lift because they've beat us twice and we haven't yet scored against them. So, you know, I think they'll be quietly confident. I'm sure they will, knowing Jim and his boys. They're all genuine lads up there, and they play the game very cat and mouse, you know, type of game. We've had our chances in both games to have won the games, and we've lost them both. So out there again, it all depends. I think the result depends on us. We will either win the game or we'll lose it. That's how I feel.
Whatever the result tomorrow, it's guaranteed to be a tremendous occasion. As you can see, Wembley is self-ready for the big match. And tomorrow afternoon, Jim Platt will lead his side out here, hopefully guide them to victory and a place in Division 2.
Jim, a big match in store tomorrow. They've got the champagne ready for you at the hotel already. A few corks will be flying tomorrow night, hopefully.
Hopefully. They'll be flying if we win, and hopefully we will win. We've had a champagne already twice this season, once at Scunthorpe and once after Hereford. Tomorrow if we win, then we can really have the real champagne, if you like.
So tomorrow the real work starts. Today, though, a chance for relaxation and to enjoy the build-up. After all, we're Darlington, and we're going to Wembley.
Sport now, and the main event this weekend is Darlington's promotion bid at Wembley. If they beat Plymouth, they will start next season in the 2nd Division. Steve Sutton is at Wembley, and he sent this report a short time ago.
It's hosted some of the world's most famous football teams. Tomorrow it's the turn of Darlington and Plymouth from the 3rd Division to grace the famous Wembley turf. The playoffs have been criticised in the past, but certainly not by the players, for whom this represents the chance of a lifetime. This morning, Darlington trained in the rain at a police sports ground at Watford. The squad is in good spirits and can't wait for tomorrow. They've already beaten Plymouth twice in the league, but obviously tomorrow's game is a cup final with no respect for previous form. Darlington have been determined to do everything in style. They travelled south on Thursday and are staying at an upmarket hotel just outside London. It's been a relaxed build-up and the players are in confident mood.
We've beaten Plymouth twice so far this season, so there's nothing to be afraid of. In fact, the lads are not afraid of anybody in this league. We feel that we'll beat anybody. And we've also beaten Gillingham and Preston, who've been automatically promoted. So we'll be going into the game with every confidence, as we've done. We're also away from home, and we've only been beaten once away from home all season. So, as I say, we'll be very confident, but I hope for the players and the fans that we get the result.
Great for everybody. And I hope the Darlington people have got plenty to cheer for at the end. I know the lads won't let them down. We're quite confident. We've beaten Plymouth twice. We can't be overconfident because they're a bigger club than us. But we're quite confident. We feel Wembley will suit us because we play good football. And we will be disappointed if we don't win tomorrow.
Darlington's manager Jim Platt, who of course played here in goal for Northern Ireland on a number of occasions. Before him, Gary Bannister, he too has played at Wembley for Queen's Park Rangers. Well, Darlington hope to bring around 15,000 fans tomorrow. Plymouth are bringing a massive 35,000. All in all, it should set a new attendance record for a 3rd Division playoff final. Whatever happens tomorrow, it's already been a champagne week for Darlington. After comfortably beating Hereford in the semi-finals last week, the trip to Wembley has been the only topic of conversation in the town. Commercially, reaching the playoff finals has been of far more benefit than gaining automatic promotion. Replica shirt sales have soared, and with a crowd expected tomorrow of well over 40,000, Darlington are looking forward to a big payday. On Wednesday night, a special party was laid on in the town to wish the players well. For them, it was the last chance to relax before the biggest game in their careers. The consequences of reaching Wembley stretch much further than one game. Earlier in the season, Darlington were 24 hours away from going out of business, but now can look forward to next season debt-free.
Well, when we started the season, we had two major incentives. One was to stay in the top half of the league, and the second was more important, to try and sort the finances out. At the moment, it looks like we're heading for promotion. I don't think anything's going to stop us. On the finance side, in round figures, overall, it'll probably bring something around 200,000 into the club, which should in fact clear all our debt with the revenue and start us off completely free of debts in the new season, which is absolute utopia.
More than 13,000 fans are travelling to London for the final. Those left behind will be anxiously listening to their radios.
Well, the atmosphere within the town could be described as electric. Doesn't matter where you go, the club is one of the main topics.
Win or lose tomorrow, the team will get a big welcome back next week. A civic reception is planned for them on Tuesday. Well, I'm joined now by Martin Corrie of Wembley Stadium. Martin, a great day for the third division clubs, isn't it? And I suppose really whether it's Man United, England or whoever, Wembley makes sure it's a big day for all involved.
That's exactly right. Exactly how we look at every event that comes here. If it doesn't matter to us if there's 10,000 people in the ground for, say, an FA Vase final, or 80,000 people in the ground, whatever, it's a very, very important day for all the players involved, all of the fans involved. So our procedures are exactly the same. The numbers may be a little bit different, but we realise the importance of this to everybody involved. So we'll be rooting in the same way that we do to get everything right on Sunday, as we will on Monday, as we will have done on Saturday.
40-odd thousand coming for a third division game. It's a terrific turnout, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's really, really good, really good. I know that Plymouth have sold somewhat more tickets than Darlington, but I've got a little thing for the Darlington fans that might make them feel much more at home than Plymouth, actually, because there is reputedly, well, I think there is in fact, an old railway engine buried under the Wembley pitch. This place was built in 1923. And as many people are aware, we're aiming to create a fantastic super new national stadium here. And no doubt if we do, we'll find that old train again. When the stadium was built in 23, it fell off the sidings. It was used for shuttling materials around the site. It fell off and they used it as landfill. I even found out its name a few years ago. It's called Stublick, for anyone really interested.
Well, let's hope for Darlington that's a lucky omen, Martin. Thanks very much for joining us. And with that, back to Mike in the studio.
Thanks, Steve, and the best of luck to Darlington. If you can't manage it...
Darlington are on their way to Wembley for the first time in the club's history. It's the final of the third division playoffs, Darlington against Plymouth, on the Tyne Tees Match Wembley Special. Hello and welcome to the last Tyne Tees match of a tremendous season for the North East. And what a way to finish at Wembley with Darlington. As you can see, we're with the team on the way to the Twin Towers. The man who's guided them this far is manager Jim Platt. Jim, what's the mood like among the players looking forward to the match?
Yes, they're up for it now. It's taken a long time coming, but they're very joyous and they can't wait to get out onto that pitch.
It's the biggest match in Darlington's history, isn't it?
Yes, and the biggest match in these lads' histories. A little bit nervous, I think, but we're really looking forward to it. And the sooner 3 o'clock comes now, I think the better.
A win this afternoon, Jim, and you're in Division 2 next season. Are you confident?
Yes, that's what our aim is. We're not coming here just to have a nice day out. We're coming to win, and hopefully we can do the job, and we'll be in the second division next year.
Thanks very much, Jim. The very best of luck to you this afternoon. Of course, it's not just the manager and the players who are looking forward to this great occasion. It's also the fans. Around 15,000 Darlington supporters have made the trip to watch their team, and they, like Jim, are in confident mood.
3-0, 3-0.
We're going to beat Plymouth, beaten them twice already this season. Come on.
You're confident, are you?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Best side in the league. No
Little
problem.
lad down here. How do you think they're going to do this afternoon, mate?
Brilliant.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah.
This is great, isn't it? A day out at Wembley.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the score's going to be?
5-1.
5-1
I was born in Darlington, so we come from Luton, so hopefully we're going to play at Luton and we're going to go and watch them.
How much are you looking forward to this? Great day out.
Brilliant. First time I've been, so and it looks absolutely fantastic. So hopefully the atmosphere is going to be brilliant. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it very well.
Well, for the team, I think they're going to be a bit nervous and apprehensive at the start, but look forward to the fans as well. This is a lifetime opportunity to come down here and see the team.
Your prediction?
2-1. We'll win.
So the players now here on the Wembley pitch. For most of them, this is their very first time here at the home of English football. What a terrific day for them and for everyone associated with Darlington Football Club. Jim Platt decided not to bring his team here yesterday for the traditional pre-match visit. He said he wants them to have that first experience of being in the stadium when it really counts. Well, it counts this afternoon. It's ironic in a way that Darlington now have the chance to go up in style as Wembley winners in front of so many of their fans here after missing out on automatic promotion on the last day of the season.
When Darlington arrived at Scunthorpe on the last day of a long, hard season, victory would have given them a first-class ticket straight into the second division. Jim Platt knew the end-of-season playoffs would have been left to the also-rans. But Matty Appleby's first-half penalty was only the beginning of a major recovery mission. Scunthorpe were already 2 goals in front. Robbie Blake pounced to get the equaliser, but any hopes of snatching that all-important win were flattened by a late Scunthorpe goal. The match ended 3-3. Darlington's automatic spot was stolen by Berry, who had been thrashed 4-0 at Feetham's a fortnight earlier. Now it was the dreaded playoffs, and the opponents Jim Platt didn't want. Hereford away, first leg, and the Quakers couldn't have got off to a worse start, allowing Dean Smith a free header in just the second minute. But 2 goals in 10 minutes before half-time gave Darlington 1 foot on the Wembley coach. Sean Gregan's looping header made it 1-1. And that was followed by Blake's close-range effort, his 12th goal in 21 starts since joining Jim Platt's team. Darlington already had the Twin Towers in their sights for the return leg at Feetham's 3 days later. Big crowd too, 6,500. The Wembley playoff final place was as good as booked after 17 minutes when Robbie Painter turned in Gary Bannister's volley. Darlington were 3-1 up on aggregate. Matty Appleby got the second just after half-time from the penalty spot, and Darlington were on their way into the final. Hereford got a consolation goal, but the Feetham's fans saluted Platt and his players. Wembley, here we come.
So the final tense moments for Darlington. They're about to take their place on this fantastic Wembley stage. Jim Platt leads out his side. Let's see how they get on this afternoon against Plymouth. Our commentary team for the match, David Bells and Roger Thames.
It's a moment they'll never forget. These two clubs have never savoured this sort of experience before. The 2 men at the front, the managers have, but certainly for Darlington, only one of the team has been there before. 7 of the Argyle squad have walked this path on a previous occasion, but today it's the biggest game of their lives, with promotion at stake, but really it's just like a cup final. A tremendous turnout by both these two sets of supporters. And Darlington have got a battle on their hand on the terraces in the noise stakes. They're outnumbered about 3-1 by a great green and white army that have come up from the southwest. Somewhere towards 35,000 Argyle fans here, about 13 or 14 Darlington fans in their thousands, that is. But Wembley really feels like Wembley today. 40,000, the best crowd this occasion has seen before, but it's normally been around the 20s. But this one boasts a crowd that the England team would be pleased to draw. Darlington's fans giving everything they've got to make sure the Quakers have got plenty of backing here. Great moment for Andy Crosby, the Darlington skipper, complete with mascot as well. And the Quakers in new shirts today. Plenty of smiles on the faces. Darlington players certainly looking relaxed and enjoying this occasion. And they've been in great mood all through the week. Jim Platt feeling he's got the build-up absolutely right. There is the manager, played here 3 times as a player, yet to be on the winning side. What a season he's had since arriving at Feetham's. What a season those fans have had as well. They could never have expected this. Darlington getting their share of the North East glory in a season where Newcastle and Sunderland and Middlesbrough have all created so many headlines. Jim Platt has made just the one change to the team and swept Hereford aside in the semi-final. Anthony Cars is brought into midfield with Matt Carmichael, the unfortunate player who misses out. He's on the bench. The Quakers play with 3 central defenders. The talented former Newcastle man Matty Appleby operating as a sweeper, but more than capable of pushing on into midfield and creating problems for the opposition. Steve Gaughan is the team's real engine, while Robert Blake is a young striker who's attracted a lot of attention from top clubs. But the key influence for the Quakers is definitely the experienced Gary Bannister. The only player who's savoured Wembley before is the playmaker in a team who believe Wembley's immaculate surface will be perfect for their passing game. For Plymouth, Neil Warnock sticks with the side, who are trailing in the first leg of the semi-final, but finished the job in front of their own passionate supporters. Argyle also play with 3 central defenders. It's a team rapidly assembled to win instant promotion. Only Martin Barlow and Michael Evans remain from last season. Leading scorer Adrian Littlejohn with 18 goals was a £100,000 signing from Sheffield United. The Pilgrims feel they really are a big club in the wrong division. Their player of the season is a County Durham man. Skipper Mick Heathcote started his football career at Spennymoor before moving to Sunderland, where he played 9 league games, arriving in the southwest via Cambridge. And the referee comes to the edge of our Tyne-Tees region. It's Bill Burns from Scarborough making his Wembley debut as well. This game has had a classic cup final build-up to it, but from now on the prize is promotion, very much a league affair. It's Plymouth who start the bookmakers' favourites, but I'm thinking that's more based on their support than the facts. Darlington beat Argyle home and away in the league this season, and they believe they are the 3rd division's most footballing side, and today it's their chance to prove it.
Well, it's all about promotion, isn't it? All the disappointments, all the success of the season so far, they can be discarded, can't they now? It's a one-off game, it's who's up for it, it's who can settle first. Plymouth probably favourites by the fact that they've probably got a little bit more experience in the side, with players who have played in this situation before, where it's all new to Darlington.
An early corner for Darlington and an early chance to really cause a problem. Appleby getting towards it. Bannister getting the first shot in, and down goes Steve Cherry, 35-year-old keeper, saving the shot from the 35-year-old midfield player Gary Bannister. Regan again. There's an ocean of space out here. Darlington had just got a good ball in there. Painter was prepared to let it run for Blake, but didn't quite come off. And certainly the marking was absolutely awry there by Argyle. But now they're looking to springboard back. Evans with a strong run, Littlejohn through the middle. And sharply out was Paul Newell. Both defences suddenly opened up in the space of a minute. And the more serious breach was of Darlington's rear guard there. But Littlejohn couldn't quite capitalise.
Good positive run through there. Poor first touch there from Littlejohn, allowed the ball to run away from him, enabled Newell to come out quickly and get on top of that, but certainly the best chance of the game so far.
Gomez looking up and keeping it in. Ready to have a go. Good recovery though from Patterson. Mark Patterson's a staunch Newcastle fan, I'm reliably informed, even though he was born in Leeds. Appleby. This is a good run from Appleby. This is nearly a great run and a good ball in there. And Blake into the middle and Appleby. Oh, so close. Classic example of how the Swedish should come out of the defence and really cause the problems. Jim Platt thought that was it. Well, that was impressive.
He had a smile on his face. Great run from Appleby here. He just plays the ball forward. At first I thought he was going to have a shot. He catches the player on his heels. It rebounds wide on the left. He gets a good first touch, and that's inches wide past the far post. A few inches nearer, and of course that's the first goal. He can't believe his luck, can he?
Doesn't give too much away, does Jim? Control as well, still with Blake. Cars is out wide, Blake wants to have a go himself, will not be put on. Cars just pushes it around there, tries to go for the run. There was no obstruction, says the referee. They're starting to get the real confidence in their football to have a go in these dangerous positions.
Well, the impetus that they've created, we see Robbie Blake here and you're thinking to yourself, go on, play it wide, play it easy. He looks as though he's going to have a shot there and he can play the easy ball. He checks back inside, eventually it goes wide. And he's a little bit unfortunate there, maybe not to get an obstruction. A little bit of clever play there from the fullback, just blocking the run-off.
Two dangerous moves, though, quick fire succession Darlington have put together. To control that run. This is Barlow. Good defending. Patterson's picked it up again for Argyle. Barlow wide. That's a good take from Paul Newell. Not an easy one, he was challenged all the way. Evans making life difficult for him.
Well, he cuts inside here, good delivery, and it looks as though it's one of those, is it going to the keeper or not? And he makes his mind up to come, and he's strong, goes high and collects it well there. Good goalkeeping.
John. He's got real pace and acceleration. He's got a corner kick as well. Argyle's corner. Again, appeals for the offside. Neil still had to do something. And it was over the top of the end from Evans. Or perhaps thinking this is as good a chance as Argyle have had.
Well, the ball's knocked in high here, asking the question. The goalkeeper comes, can't get to it, doesn't know where it is, and really it's a controlled volley required there. Hit the target and it's a goal.
Gore just couldn't quite take that one on his stride. There was a bit of space ahead of him as well. It's Little John trying to make some progress through. It was Williams, rather. Evans' flick didn't come off. But Barlow's got room here to measure the cross. Darlington have got plenty in the middle to deal with it. Inevitably, almost, it was Appleby and Cars. Cars dispossessed there. Away by Crosby. He's pushing up. Cars this